everybody, I am Jedi Jack Penguin and welcome to my unboxing of the new LEGO Harry Potter Series 2 collectible minifigures. I was very happy to buy a full box of these from my local LEGO store. One thing that you might note already is that the very back or top display of this box is missing. It was ripped off when I bought it at the store, but I was still happy to buy a full box still the same. I did feel out all 60 bags that were in here and I found a total of 2 and almost a full set. It seems like the box contents for all of the new LEGO Harry Potter collectible minifigures are a little mixed. I will put up my box contents right up on the screen right now if you guys are interested in seeing the count of the characters that I felt out. I did feel out a full set for myself that I will be opening in due course. So before we get right into that, we might as well take a look at the full box. You know, of course I won't be able to show this closed or opened since it is missing the top half. Here's the very front to get some of your characters' regular stuff off the side. No set number or piece count since this is just miscellaneous. Right there are a total of 16 characters that I will be opening, unlike the previous series where we did get some for Fantastic Beasts, in addition to the 16 that we got for Harry Potter. Taking a look from this side of the box over here, we get some more of our characters and our Legos at the top. Taking a look at the other side over here, we get the same sort of Legos going on, more of our characters, and the actual size of Dumbledore. And then finally, taking a look from the very back, you can see that this is all ripped up from the very top. We get some more stuff in various different languages, and our LEGO trademarks and LEGO Life advertisement. Very bottom of the box, which I'm going to try and show very lightly. We don't really have anything printed on the bottom of that. And then, of course, the top is supposed to have a display piece, which I will just show a picture of someone else's right here, so then you can see what that would look like. A full set of the box with the display at the very top, and then that piece does fold out to close up the overall box. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for the box. I did feel out all of the minifigures in here, and like I said, crazy, ridiculous, weird minifigure count. So yeah, let's just take a look at our first pack. So taking a look at the packs that these minifigures come in, this is of course the new design that they started using around like the beginning of last year, 2019, with the LEGO Movie series, which you can see that it's just using a different type of bag compared to the ones that we saw with the first Harry Potter series. We do get our Legos at the top. Set number is 71028. 16 minifigures to collect. You do get 1 minifigure per package, choking hazard at the bottom, as well as the Wizarding World logo. You do get some of your characters from the very front. This bag picture did actually leak back in March, so we have known all of these characters existing for quite some time. I'm really happy to see which ones I get. From the very back, we do get your regular choking hazards, and here is the barcode, which should be the same as Series 19. Just thought I'd note that if anyone is searching for them still. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for the bag, so let's just take a quick look at the checklist and then we'll get right into opening our minifigures. Taking a look at the minifigure checklist that is included within this series, we do get a total of 16 characters that are all featured on this page. There are no chase minifigures for this series, which I am really happy about because I'm not really too much of a fan of them doing that, and the box distribution is a little crazy already without having a chase character. We do get your Legos from the very top, Wizarding World logo and trademarks at the bottom. Very back features your main characters of Harry, Ron, and Hermione for this series, as well as some of the building techniques to build some of these characters right here. Just in case you don't know how to build certain things, that's just a quick look at that since we don't get normal instructions for minifigures. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for the sheet. Still have to complain about them having that little piece of tape right there. It's rather annoying that they put them on these sheets right here. That's just one thing that I do have to complain about. So yeah, let's get right into opening our minifigures. So opening our first pack, let's take a look and see who's inside. And what do you know, the first character we got is Neville Longbottom. Let's build him up. Taking a look at our first minifigure in this series, we have Neville Longbottom. This character is based off Year 3 Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. He does include one accessory right here, which I think is super amazing, and I really love that they actually made a new piece for this and some new prints in addition. That being the Monster Book of Monsters, which I'm going to do a close-up look at this. We do get this new exclusive piece for the very top of the book, which also has the eyes printed on. I really love that they went all out with that. And then we even get a print on this 1x2 cheese slope in white inside the book, right here just for the mouth, and I just can't believe that they did this. It's really great. I love that they did that. We do have the regular back piece to the book, and it is all inside that nougat color, and I think that they did a wonderful job with this, and it's a wonderful upgrade compared to the previous one that we saw back in 2004. But otherwise, putting Neville right back in front of us and taking a look at his character, he is inside his Hogwarts Gryffindor robes. We do get the mid-sized legs for year 3, which I do really like. Seeing the printing on there leading up to the belt piece up to the torso, we do get the printing for the very front with the Gryffindor shield, and his robes are enclosed, so he does have the black arms, light flesh hands for the flesh tone, one wand within that dark brown color. We do get some back printing with his hoodie from the very back, which I do really like seeing. And then we do get the one facial expression, which I think that this is definitely one of the better facial expressions that we've gotten for Neville Longbottom, and this is probably one of my favorite versions that we have seen so far from the new Wizarding World reboot for Neville Longbottom. He does also have the same hairpiece that we see with the waiter version that comes within the Hogwarts Astronomy Tower. Oh yeah, and I did forget to mention that we do get a double-sided facial expression where we have this more scared and surprised look from the very back, and this minifigure will go very well when it comes to the Boggart, Snape, and Lupin minifigures that we also got back in 2018. Taking a quick comparison between all of the versions of Neville Longbottom that I own within my collection, we have the Year 2 Mandrake holding one from the 2018 Harry Potter collectible minifigures, we have the Year 3 version from this collectible minifigures Series 2, we have the waiter version of Neville, which came inside the Hogwarts Astronomy Tower this year in 2020, and then finally we have the 2011 version of Neville Longbottom within the Hogwarts expansion set. Overall, I do really like seeing a progression between the characters where we go from Year 2, Year 3, Year 6, and then Year 7. We are missing a Year 5 Neville. I would really like to see one for Order of the Phoenix, would go very well with the Room of Requirement that we just got this year. I do really love all of the accessories that come with these characters, especially the Monster Book of Monsters right there. We also do get the Mandrake right there, which this is the baby Mandrake compared to the adult Mandrake, which I will be doing a comparison between that when we get to Professor Sprout. We do get the waiter tray for Neville. All of these include exclusive torso print. We do have the printing for the 2011 torso piece, which does have that problem of printing a lighter color on a darker surface, but otherwise it's still very fine. You can take a look from the back of these characters, and another thing that I did want to note is that this is the first time that we have gotten a Neville Longbottom within his Hogwarts uniform, other than the one that we got back in the 2004 set. And then finally, one other thing that I do want to point out is the fact that we do get double-sided facial expressions for all of these characters. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say when it comes to our comparison of Neville Longbottom. Moving on to our next minifigure, let's see who it is. And for our next minifigure, we have Luna Lovegood. Let's build her up. Okay, so taking a look at our minifigure of Luna Lovegood, this is definitely one of the standout characters within this series. I really love how she turned out. We do get some dual molding for the legs with the dark red on the bottom and the pink on the top. We do get some printing on the legs as well, leading up to the belt piece, up to the torso, which is inside the dark blue color. We do get some dark gray arms, which also look like they might have a little bit of a tinge of a silver color to them. They look a little bit shinier than normal, I don't really know. And then we also do get the light flesh hands and then the brown wand for the accessory. We do get the printing for the very front of the torso piece, as well as the printing on the back of the torso as well. This is a Year 6 Half-Blood Prince version of Luna Lovegood with her lion hat, which, as you can see, just look at the printing on that. I really love how they went all out with the printing, including adding the printing from the very back of that hat piece. I just think that they did a wonderful job, and even making that a new mold, I do really love how it turned out. Another thing that I did see online, that someone actually repurposed this to make the stage play version of the Lion King characters, which I really think that's a clever idea and use of that particular piece. And one other thing that I did want to point out is that if we do remove the hat piece, we do get a double-sided facial expression where we do have this very nice smile from the front, and I also really love this facial expression in addition. And then we have this more calm facial expression from the back. And then one other thing that I think makes this minifigure even better is the fact that we also get the hairpiece included, which I think it's crazy that they included the hairpiece, and also this is the same hairpiece that we see when it came to the 2010 version of Luna Lovegood, so that's also very nice to see. You can take a look from the very back of that. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for our minifigure of Luna Lovegood. Let's do a quick comparison. Taking a quick comparison between all of the versions of Luna Lovegood that I own within my collection, we have the 2020 version from the Room of Requirement, we have the 2018 collectible minifigures version, we have the 2010 version from the Hogwarts Express, we have the one from this series minifigures, and then finally we have Slug Club Christmas Party outfit from the new Astronomy Tower that came out this year. When it comes to the design of her character, one thing that I did want to point out is that we do get the mid-sized legs when it came to the Year 6 version that we got within the first series collectible minifigures. I do think that that is a minor mistake. I think that the Year 5 version of Luna should definitely have the mid-sized legs, and the rest of these should have the regular size leg when it comes to her character. We do get some very similar facial expressions when it comes to these characters. We do get the same facial expressions for each of these at each end. We do get some dual molding for the latter two right here for this year, 2020. I do really love all the torso prints, especially having the Butterbeer Cork necklace for the Room of Requirement version. And then we do have the new hairpiece that was introduced with the 2018 collectible minifigures that we also use for the other latter two versions of Luna, though we do get the older style hairpiece, which is the same one that we see for the 2010 version with this collectible minifigure version. I do also really like seeing that lion hat. Like I keep saying, it's really nice to see that included within the set. Here's just a quick look at the back right there. All of them should have double-sided facial expressions, especially these two have very similar double-sided facial expressions since they are based around the same exact sort of time period, where we also have these Spectre specs on the very back, which I do really like seeing. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for my quick comparison of Luna Lovegood. Moving on to our next pack, let's open it up and see who's inside. And for our next minifigure, we have Hermione Granger. Let's build her up. Okay, so taking a look at our minifigure of Hermione Granger, we do get some dual molded legs, which I do really like seeing all the different dual molded legs, and it just is really cool to see all of this leg printing when it comes to some of these minifigures. I do think that that is probably one of the best parts when it comes to them making these. I know that a lot of people have been complaining about Harry, Ron, and Hermione being in these just casual outfits right here, but I sort of really like seeing them. You know, the facial expression for this version of Hermione, it still doesn't really do it for me, at least. You know, I do like the torso printing right there. Would have liked to see some arm printing, though I do know that some other characters in here do include arm printing. We do get the light flesh hands, two accessories, one being the wand within the dark tan color, and then the other one being the more notable accessory being this butterbeer glass, which I do really like seeing the dual molding for that with the trans clear and the translucent orange, which I think works very well. We also do get the same accessory when it comes to Ron Weasley, who I will be opening later on in this video. In addition, we do get some back printing when it comes to her character, which she can take off her hairpiece to get a better look at the back printing. We get the double-sided facial expression, one with a very nice smile from the front, and then you can turn that right around to see the other facial expression, which is the one that's on the checklist with this more in awe sort of unhappy facial expression from the back, which that facial expression is okay. I do like the front facial expression a little bit better. And then we do get the same hairpiece that we saw back in the 2019 Hagrid's Hut Buckbeak's Rescue set, which was a new mold for Hermione Granger herself. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for our minifigure of Hermione Granger. Just a very nice addition to the collection. Opening up our next character, let's see who's inside. For our next minifigure, we have Fred Weasley. Let's build him up. For our next minifigure, we have Fred Weasley. This minifigure is very nice to get. We do see Fred and George return within the new Diagon Alley set, which I will be doing a comparison of those within my Diagon Alley comparison video, so look forward to my comparison with these as well as the 2011 ones in that video. When it comes to this character, we do get two accessories, one of those being a wand, which I forgot to give him inside the dark brown color, but we do get this suitcase, which when you open this up, we do get these 1x2 tile prints, which I do really like seeing that we do get extras of these within the set as well. We get one that has 9 and one that has 3. I believe these are supposed to be bets for the Tri-Wizard Tournament, where we also have the names of the champions, Fleur, Diggory, Crumb, and Potter, which is very nice to see that we get that as another print right there from the very back of that book piece. And then, like I said, we do get the suitcase piece that was introduced within the collectible minifigures series 1 for Harry Potter. So just putting that down, we might as well get a better look at our minifigure of Fred Weasley, we do get different outfits when it comes to these characters. They are very similar, but they are different, which I do really like, giving them both different personalities. I just think that LEGO did a wonderful job with that. I will be comparing them together once I do find George. So taking a look at his character, we do get some dual molded legs with the dark gray on the bottom and the dark tan from the very top. We get the printing on the legs leading up to the belt piece, up to the torso piece. We get the dark tan arms and the light flesh hands for the flesh tone. We also do get some back printing for the torso piece, which also includes the hoodie for his winter attire. And then we also do get the double-sided facial expression, which I believe should be exclusive to his character. I don't think it is the same that we see in the new Diagon Alley, but I could be wrong. I don't really know. We do get the one smirk from the very front, and then when you turn that around, we have this more open mouth smirk from the other side, which I do really like. Another thing that we can note, since this is based around Goblet of Fire, is that we do get the longer style hair for Fred Weasley. This, I believe, is the same exact mold for both characters, but just taking a quick look all around, you can just take a look at the printing on that little hat on top of the hairpiece. And also, I just really like this minifigure. I think that LEGO did a wonderful job giving us both of the Weasley twins within here, just different outfits compared to their normal shop outfits that we saw previously back in 2011. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for Fred Weasley. Taking a look at our next character, let's open him up. For our next minifigure, we have Professor Sprout. Let's build her up. For our next minifigure, we have Professor Pomona Sprout. This minifigure is very nice to get. We only saw her previously back in the 2011 Hogwarts expansion set, same as that Neville minifigure that I showed previously. When it comes to her character, we do get two accessories, one being the wand within that dark tan color, and then the other one being this dark brown pot plant, which is a mandrake. So if you remove the pot plant right there, we do get the cylinder piece with the mandrake print on the very front, which this is a different print compared to the one that we see within the Hogwarts Astronomy Tower set, which also has the greenhouse, so this minifigure will fit in very nicely with that particular scene. We also do get the very top of that being this leafy green piece, which is also very nice to see. That's just connected within the cylinder piece right there. Removing her accessory and taking a look at her printing, we do get the skirt piece for her minifigure right there within that nougat color, which also has the printing on the front and the back of it, which I do really love seeing. We get the printing leading up to the torso piece, same nougat color for the arms, and some brown hands for some gloves. We also get the back printing, like I mentioned previously. Very nice to see that we go all out with the back printing right there, and even having like a little bit of dirt from the very bottom, since she is the herbology teacher. We also do get a double-sided facial expression, one with a very nice smile from the very front. You can also see the oldness in her eyes and all that, which is also very nice. And then the very back of her facial expression is more concerned and worried. And then we do get this new hair hat combo for her minifigure, which I think works very well compared to the actor who plays her. And we also do get the earmuffs to work along with the mandrakes, which works very well. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for our minifigure of Professor Sprout. A very nice inclusion, and does even complete our teacher collection right here even further. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for her minifigure. Oh yeah, and I did want to do a quick comparison between the 2011 version and this version that comes within the Series 2 collectible minifigures. Biggest difference, of course, is the wand style. We do get the stick piece for the 2011 one, and then we also have the regular wand piece for the newer version. We also have a difference in the skirt pieces right there, where we have the new skirt piece that works very well with the leg pieces compared to the slope piece that we see for the previous version. We only get the printing for the very front of the 2011 version, and we get back printing when it comes to both of these characters' torsos, though we do get the extra back printing for the back of the skirt piece of the newer version. The newer version also does go the extra mile, including that hair hat combo, which makes her character look so much better. I really love how that turned out for her minifigure. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for my quick comparison of Professor Sprout. I also did want to do a quick comparison between the mandrakes, where we have the one from the 2018 collectible minifigures, which this uses a different piece compared to the cylinder piece, and this is also supposed to represent a baby mandrake. And we also do get a different color for the pot right here, which is inside that orangish brown color compared to the brown that we see with the Astronomy Tower and the dark brown that we see with our Series 2 collectible minifigures. When it comes to the prints of these two over here, you can take a quick look at the difference right there. We have more of an open mouth when it comes to the one that we see within the Astronomy Tower set, and then we have a more closed mouth when it comes to the collectible minifigures version for this year. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for my quick comparison between the mandrakes. Very nice to see that we have gotten 3 different variants of this particular plant. Moving on to our next pack, let's open it up. For our next character, we have Bellatrix Lestrange. Let's build her up. Looking at our minifigure of Bellatrix Lestrange, she does come with a lot of very nice accessories, one of these being a printed 1x2 tile piece in black that says Azkaban Prison and also has her sentence number underneath, which I really love that they included this as an accessory. It's really clever and cool of LEGO to include that. In addition to that accessory, we do get a wand for her minifigure inside the black color, as well as 2 of these, one of these being an extra of these dark gray handcuff pieces, which I believe this might be the first time that we got them in the dark gray color compared to light gray that we normally see it in when it comes to city or Batman themes. Otherwise, looking at her overall character, we do get some very nice printing on that dress piece right there inside light gray, where we have the printing on the bottom leading up to the very top of the torso piece. We get some back printing on the dress piece and the torso as well. We get some side arm printing, which I really love that they went all out with the arm printing, adding that on with the stripes for her prison outfit. We also do get the light flesh hands for the flesh tone, and we get a double-sided facial expression, which is 100% better than the facial expression that we get for the one that comes inside the Attack of the Burrow set. You can take off her hairpiece to see her facial expression a little bit better. We have this evil smirk right there from the front. And then you can take a look at the other side where we have a more calm facial expression, which I really love this facial expression. I do not know why they could not have put this inside the Burrow set as well, but of course collectible minifigures do have a separate budget compared to the regular line. And then we do get the hairpiece inside that black color, which is the same one that we saw with the other 2 versions of Bellatrix that we've gotten before. I also will remove the hairpiece so then we can get a better look at the back printing right there for her torso piece if you're interested in all that. We do have a slight problem when it comes to printing the lighter color on a darker surface for the flesh tone for the back of the torso, but you know, it's okay, it's fine, that's all covered up. You know, we still have the same problem on the front, like the dirt on the very bottom of her dress piece as well, just to show the dirty place that Azkaban is. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for our minifigure of Bellatrix Lestrange. Taking a quick comparison between the 3 different versions of Bellatrix Lestrange that we have gotten. We got one back in 2010 with the Burrow set, we have the one from this year 2020 within the Attack on the Burrow set, and then we have the Series 2 collectible minifigures version, which of course these 2 right here are based upon the regular appearance of Bellatrix Lestrange, and this one is based off her Azkaban prison outfit, which I really love that they decided to give us that. It works very well, and it's something that probably would not fit within a regular set, so it's very cool to see. We do get the same hairpiece for all of these characters. These 2 are a little bit better compared to the older one just because they're newer. You can see that there's a little bit more dust on the older one right there. We do have the change in the wands where we have the stick piece transitioning into the new wand piece for both of these characters. I do really love seeing the printing when it comes to the arms, and even the printing on the dress piece for this version definitely sells the character. Would have liked to see some dress printing when it came to the other one that came out this year. And then of course the facial expression is really what does it for the newer version of Bellatrix. That is just 100% the facial expression that I would have liked to see when it comes to her character. They all feature some back printing. Here's just a quick look at the alternate facial expressions for these versions of Bellatrix Lestrange, and you can see how much better that newer facial expression is compared to the reused facial expression that we get inside the Attack on the Burrow set. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for my comparison of Bellatrix Lestrange. Moving on to our next character, let's see who's inside. For our next character, we have Moaning Myrtle. Let's build her up. For our next minifigure, we have Moaning Myrtle. Very nice to see her for the very first time in LEGO form. I'm really happy that they decided to place her here, though I guess that this means since we have this, and we have the Teenage Tom Riddle from that book that I just recently reviewed, we probably won't be seeing a new Chamber of Secrets anytime soon. Though, like all things, I could be wrong on that fact, but that's just the way that I see it. When it comes to her character, we do get the accessory of Tom Riddle's diary right here, which I really love that this print is not at all. I'm really happy that it's not the same print that we get with the Dobby inside the first collectible minifigure series. It is very similar when you take a look at just like how it's designed and all, though this one doesn't have that big gaping hole in the middle of it, which means that you can use this for when they actually find Tom Riddle's diary compared to when you stab it with the basilisk fang. We also have TMR down at the bottom to say Tom Marvolo Riddle, and then we also have inside there a printed 1x2 tile piece which says, "My name is Harry Potter," and then we have the beginning of "Hello," which is said by Tom Riddle within the diary, which I just can't believe that they made that reference. It's really cool, and I'm very happy that LEGO put it in there. I will do a quick comparison to the other version of the book, so let's just take a look at Myrtle first. When it comes to Moaning Myrtle right here, we do get the mid-sized legs, which I think is a good move when it came to her character. We do get some printing on those leading up to the belt piece, up to the torso, showing off these older style Hogwarts robes, which I really love that they went all out with that. We have pretty much the sand blue color when it comes to her overall outfit, and then we have this different type of lighter blue right here for her hands and also her skin tone. Another thing that I did want to note is that this is the second time that we ever saw them make ghosts for Harry Potter. We first saw Nearly Headless Nick within the 2018 Hogwarts Great Hall set, which I think it's very interesting that they decided to go this more blue route compared to the light gray and white that we saw with Nearly Headless Nick, though of course these characters are seen in different situations, so I guess that's why we have this more bluer color compared to the white when we're inside the Great Hall. We do get a double-sided facial expression when it comes to her character, this one where she is more unhappy right here. I do really like the facial expressions that we get for her character. And then for her other facial expression, you can turn that around to see a more unhappy crying facial expression, which I really love that they went all out with these double-sided facial expressions. And then we have this more soft plastic for the hairpiece inside this dark blue color, which I believe we have seen this hairpiece before, but it's the first time that we saw it inside that dark blue color. In addition, we do get some back printing if you're interested in seeing that with the very back of the Hogwarts hoodie right there. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for Moaning Myrtle. She also comes with the little accessory right here just to make it look like she is floating, just like some of the newer superhero minifigures within the first collectible minifigures for 2020. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for Moaning Myrtle. Before we move on to our next character, here's just a quick comparison between the two different versions of Tom Riddle's diary. We got this one right here inside 2018, and then we got this one this year in 2020 with Moaning Myrtle. The previous one we did get with Dobby. The big difference between these, which we have very similar prints when it comes to like the design over here, I think that this part should be on the other side, just like this one. I think it's very weird how these are made. When it comes to the printing, we do get the big gaping hole for this one right here since it is since this one was stabbed by the basilisk fang, and then this one we just have the TMR just to say Tom Marvolo Riddle, who owned the diary. We don't get any back printing, just the regular back piece to the book. You hold these both the same way, and then inside we do get the prints for the 1x2 tile pieces, one being a sock for Dobby within the Dobby minifigure, and then this one being the written pages for the diary, which we get as probably just another reference to Chamber of Secrets. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for my quick comparisons of the Tom Riddle diary. Moving on to our next pack, let's open it up and see who's inside. For our next minifigure, we have James Potter. Let's build him up. So taking a look at his character, we do get two accessories, one being the wand within the brown color, and then the other one being this family portrait. Which one thing that I did want to note is that this is a 2x3 printed tile piece, and I really do love the shine for the edges of the picture frame, and this is a picture that we have gotten previously. We do get a very similar picture just as a sticker on a 2x2 tile piece within the actual Dursley house, which came out this year, so I think it's very interesting that we do get this picture 2 times, one of them being a print and one of them being a sticker, and this one is obviously now not as exciting as the actual print that we get, and this one you can even place within the Dursley house if you so desire. Removing that, so then we can take an overall look at his character. We do get some very nice dual molding for the legs right there, where we get the dark gray on the bottom and then the black on the top. We do get the printing for the shoes and even the printing on the very sides as well on the legs, which I think it's really cool that they go all out with the details when it comes to the leg printing right there. Printing continues up to the belt piece, up to the torso piece for the suit, which looks very nice. We do get the black arms and light flesh hands for the flesh tone. We do get the under the neck accessory of the scarf, which is inside that dark red color, which is also very nice to get right there, which I believe that might even be the first time that we saw it in dark red. I don't really know. We also get some back printing for his character, nothing really too special there, but it's okay to see. And then we do get the double-sided facial expression for his character, where we do get the very nice smirk on the front. And then we get, on the other side, if you turn around his head, a more open mouth smile, which I also really love that they did print on the sideburns for his character. I just think that they went all out with this minifigure. And then we do get the same hairpiece as the year 5 through 6 versions of Harry Potter, but inside that regular brown color, which is also very interesting to see. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for our minifigure of James Potter. Opening up our next minifigure, let's see who's inside. So for our next minifigure, we have Dumbledore. Let's build him up. For our next minifigure, we have Albus Dumbledore, which one thing that I'm really happy that we now finally have is a new mold for Fawkes the Phoenix. We previously saw one back in 2002, which I will be doing a quick comparison of in a little bit. So just taking a quick look at Fawkes the Phoenix right here, we do get the printing for the very front of the stomach as well as on the head right there, which I really love all the small little details that they went all out with that new molded piece. We do get the anti-stat on the very bottom, and I will do a more in-depth look when I do the comparison in a little bit. Otherwise, looking at our minifigure of Dumbledore, we do get the printing on the skirt piece on both the front and the back right there. We do get the torso printing on front and back as well, which I will show in more detail when I remove the under the neck accessories. The primary color of this particular minifigure is that dark red right there for the overall outfit. We do get the light flesh tone for the hands, and then we do get the wand within that dark tan color. We also do get the beard piece right there, which is the Gandalf beard for the very first time inside white, which I really like that they did change out the coloring for this minifigure, since we did previously get a year 1 Dumbledore which used gray for the beard right there compared to the white right there, which is a little bit more resembling when it comes to the Richard Harris version of Dumbledore. We also do get this new hair hat combo right there, which also introduces this new type of hair for Dumbledore, which I do really love how that looks. It looks a lot better right there, and also inside that white color it works very well. And then we do get the printing for the stars on the hat, which I really love that they just went all out with this minifigure. And then we even get a new double-sided facial expression, so let's take a look at that. So just removing the beard and the hair piece right there, we do get the double-sided facial expression and a better look at the torso printing right there, which leads all the way down to the dress piece, which I really love how that works, and it also has a very nice shine to it as well from the very front. Taking a look at the back printing a little bit better, we do get a little bit of a hoodie right there, which also looks very nice. And then we do get the alternate facial expression, which both of these facial expressions do have the glasses. We have a very similar look when it comes to the previous version of Dumbledore from the 2018 sets, though we do have more of this white going on compared to the light gray, which I do really love how that turned out. We have an open mouth smile on this side, and then we have just a regular smirk on the front. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for that. I'm just going to put back the accessories so then we can take a better look at the alternate facial expression with the under the neck accessories. When it comes to the alternate facial expression right here, the biggest change is obviously the eyebrows right here. We do get the open mouth smile underneath the beard, but you really can't see that. You know, that's just really all that I have to say for that, though I do really like seeing the two different facial expressions when it comes to this particular minifigure. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for Dumbledore. Let's do a quick comparison of Fawkes the Phoenix. Taking a quick comparison between the two different versions of Fawkes the Phoenix, this one came out back in 2002 with the Chamber of Secrets wave, and then of course this one is from the Series 2 collectible minifigures. The newer one is a lot smaller right here, but it does feature the most printing compared to the previous one that does not include any printing at all. Though the previous version does include some dual molding right here, where we do have the orange leading up all the way to the red right there, which I really love the dual molding going on for that particular piece. We do get somewhat of a stick piece when it comes to the very bottom of the tail, so then you can have minifigures grab onto the tail feathers of Fawkes right there, which I do really love that when it comes to the older version, which, you know, it makes a lot more sense when it comes to the size comparison of a minifigure, that particular version. This is probably more of like a mid-growth size of Fawkes the Phoenix. I would like to see something a little bit bigger, though I do really like seeing this still the same, and it does fit in very well when it comes to the Dumbledore's office that we got inside the 2019 Clock Tower set. So yeah, that's pretty much really all that I have to say for this comparison. The newer one is just amazing, and I'm really happy that we finally have it. Opening up our next character, let's see who's inside. For our next minifigure, we have Harry Potter. Let's build him up. Looking at Harry Potter right here, this minifigure is a very nice inclusion. I do think that they did a wonderful job updating his sort of casual attire. It is very similar to the regular casual minifigure for Harry Potter. And, oh wait, look at the facial expressions. Oh my god. They have the same exact facial expression for the front facial expression, though we do get an alternate facial expression on this minifigure that is exclusive. I just think it's rather annoying that they didn't go the extra mile of giving us two different facial expressions that we haven't seen before, though I think it's okay, it's fine for what it is. Really, what you want from this particular minifigure is the overall outfit and the potion book accessory. So taking a look at the accessories included, we of course do get the dark brown wand piece, and then we do get the Prince's version of the advanced potion making book, which I really love that they have it inside the sand blue color. We do get a print for the very front of this compared to a sticker that we see when it comes to the astronomy tower version of the advanced potion book. We do get a sticker also within that book, but this one includes a print, so if you do open up the book, you can take a look inside. We do get a very nice print on a 1x2 tile piece that at the very top we get Sectum Sempra. Very nice to see that, and then we have some other little notes in the margins of the advanced potion making book. I think that it's very nice that we actually got the Prince's version of the book, since it is heavily featured throughout Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. That's really all that I have to say for that. I'm really happy that it's included. I'm happy it's not a sticker, and it's cool just to see. I would have liked to see them include the print for the book also for the astronomy tower version, but you know, it's fine, it's good for what it is. Removing his accessory, we can take a better look at his overall character. We do get some very nice leg printing on those dark blue legs, which includes the printing for the shoes right there inside that black color. We get some side leg printing as well, which is very nice, and the printing for the pockets and even the belt on the belt piece, which is very nice. We do get the printing for the very front of the torso piece, which is inside that dark gray color compared to the light gray that we see with the other casual version of Harry like I mentioned before. Same facial expression for the front, but different facial expression for the back. Dark gray arms, light flesh hands for the flesh tone. We get the printing for the very back with the hoodie as well, and this is more zipped up compared to the open sweatshirt that we get for the other version as well. So turning around the facial expression to take a look at the alternate facial expression that is exclusive, we have this more in awe open mouth facial expression for Harry Potter, which I do really like seeing this. It's something different that we haven't seen before when it comes to Harry's minifigure, though we do get the same hairpiece when it comes to the year 5 through 6 versions of Harry Potter right there. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for his minifigure. Very nice inclusion for the accessories, and even the outfit is just a wonderful update compared to the other versions that we previously gotten. Opening up our next pack, let's see who's inside. For our next minifigure, we have Ron Weasley. Let's build him up. Looking at Ron Weasley, we do get two accessories for his character as well, one being the wand within the brown color, and then the other one being the butterbeer piece right there that was newly introduced within this minifigure series for both his minifigure and Hermione Granger's minifigure. It is the same exact piece with the dual molding for the translucent color and the translucent orange. When it comes to the overall design for his character, we do get some very nice leg printing, just like your Harry Potter minifigure, where we have the printing for the very bottom of the shoes inside that dark gray color, and then we also get the light gray pants with the printing on the side right there, as well as the printing for the pockets and also the belt piece right there, which works very well. In addition, we also get this very nice torso print inside that brown color. Very amazing torso print, and I really love that they do go all out with the arm printing in addition right there on those brown arms. Light flesh hands for the flesh tone. We also get some back printing continuing the pattern of the overall outfit. And then we do get a double-sided facial expression. Another thing that I do have to say when it comes to the facial expression is that we do get one exclusive facial expression, and then we have a reused facial expression just recolored slightly. So taking a look at the facial expressions, we get this just regular sort of smirk going on right there. Just a, yeah, I'm dealing with life facial expression. And then when you turn that around, we get this other facial expression, which this I believe is the reused facial expression, just recolored the eyebrows inside the orange color. And this is a reuse from the Lego Friends idea set, so that's something that I think is very strange. I don't know why they did that, though we do get the same hairpiece as we get for all the other Ron Weasley minifigures for year 5 through 6. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for our minifigure of Ron Weasley. Just a very interesting design choice when it comes to reusing a facial expression. I wonder if they're going to do that in the future, recoloring like different parts of the character just to make him look a little bit different. Next pack, let's open it up and see what's inside. For our next minifigure, we got Ginny Weasley. Let's build her up. For our next minifigure, we have Ginny Weasley within her Slug Club Christmas Party outfit, which I'm really happy that they decided to include her just as another addition who can go along with the Hogwarts Astronomy Tower that we got this year. We do get some very nice leg printing right here with the dual molding with the light flesh on the bottom and the dark green at the top. We do get the printing for the feet and also for the sides and also the front of the dress that her minifigure is wearing. We also get the printing continuing up to the belt piece up to the torso. Very nicely done. She is sleeveless, showing off some light flesh arms and hands right there. We do get two accessories, one being the dark brown wand, and then the other one being this new Sunday piece, which we also see within the new Diagon Alley set, but inside a translucent orange color, so that's also very nice to note. But within this series, we do get it within this one minifigure, within this translucent color, and then we also have the brown Sunday going on the very top of it. We also get the printing for the very front and back of the torso, which I will show in better detail when I remove the hairpiece. We get the double-sided facial expression, which is exclusive. I still don't really know what to think about this facial expression. I think that the one that we get within the actual Attack on the Burrow set is okay, though I think that they should probably try and do something different when it comes to Ginny's minifigure, though they probably just have it set in stone already. We have this very nice smirk on the very front. And then you can turn that around to see an open mouth smile with the eyebrows doing a funny thing right there. And then we also do get the hairpiece, which is a new hairpiece for her minifigure inside that orange color, which also has a little bit of printing for this extra little braid thing going on right there. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for that. I will remove the hairpiece so then we can get a better look at the torso printing right there for her minifigure. We do have the problem of printing a lighter color on a darker surface. When it comes to the flesh tone right there, we see more of a weird white color going on, which I'm not really too much of a fan of. But other than that, I think the printing is okay for her outfit. You can take a look at the front as well if you're interested in that. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for our minifigure of Ginny Weasley. Opening up our next character, let's see who's inside. For our next minifigure, we have George Weasley. Let's build him up. Taking a look at George Weasley, compared to his brother, we have a more open coat design for his outfit, which I do really love that they do go all out when it comes to the design of Fred and George Weasley for this year 2020. I really love the designs of them within the new Diagon Alley set, and I think it's just great that LEGO is actually showing their individuality compared to back in 2011 when we got them, which we got two of the same minifigure. We do get the dual molding for the legs with the dark gray on the bottom and the dark tan on the top. We get the printing on the sides and also the front leading up to the belt piece up to the torso. Very nice design for the printing. We do get the dark tan arms, light flesh hands for the flesh tone. We also get some back printing, including that little hoodie from the back. We do get two accessories, one being the wand within the brown color, and then the other accessory being the more exciting of the accessories, that being the Marauders map, which I'm really happy that they finally made a 2x2 tile print for the very front of the Marauders map. Compared to any other print of the Marauders map, I think that this is probably one of the cooler prints. You get a very nice overall layout of Hogwarts with the words "The Marauders Map" on the very front. Previously this year, inside the LEGO Harry Potter Student Accessory Pack, we did get an open version of the Marauders map, so here's just a quick comparison of that. It is a very similar design to like the sides of this particular print, but this is a 2x3 tile compared to a 2x2 print with just the front compared to this, which also has the inside of the castle. I'm really happy that LEGO is going all out when it comes to these types of prints, and I'm excited to see if we get anything more for the Marauders map anytime in the future. Moving back to George Weasley, compared to his brother, we do get a new double-sided facial expression with this facial expression with an open mouth smile on the front. And then if you turn that around, we have an open mouth laughing face, which I really love that we get some individual facial expressions for these characters that are both different. And then we do get the same hair hat combo right there with the same exact printing. That's one other thing that I did want to point out, and I will be doing a quick comparison of both Fred and George in a little bit, and you guys will have to wait for my comparison of these characters with the ones that come within the new Diagon Alley within my Diagon Alley comparison video. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for George Weasley. For anyone who is interested, here's just a quick look at George and Fred Weasley together. They both include different accessories, different outfits, and different facial expressions, though they both feature the same exact hair-hat combo, which I'm fine with. I'm really happy that we do get individual looks of both of these characters. When it comes to George Weasley, we get the accessory of the Marauder's map, and when it comes to Fred Weasley right here, we get some gambling in a case, which I do really love the printing when it comes to the inside of that, which I already showed that earlier on in the video, so there's just a quick look if you're interested in what that looks like any closer, which I am really happy that they did focus on the individuality of both of these characters, giving us one character with a closed outfit and one character with a more open outfit. So yeah, that's pretty much really all that I have to say for their minifigures. Here's just a quick look at the back printing, which should be very similar or the same for both of these characters, and then we do get the double-sided facial expressions for both of them, which looks very nice. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for both Fred and George Weasley. Moving closer to the end, let's open up this minifigure. For our next minifigure, we have Lily Potter, so let's build her up. For our next character, we have Lily Potter for the very first time in LEGO form, just like James Potter. I'm really happy that we now finally have both of Harry's parents in LEGO form. We do get some very nice leg printing for her minifigure right there, with the printing for her shoes, and even the very front of her dress going on right there. Even the printing on the very side of the legs works very nice. You can take an overall look at that. We do not get any printing on the dark blue belt piece. We get the printing for the very front of the main torso print, which I think that the flesh printing when it comes to this minifigure is slightly better than some of the other minifigures for some reason. It looks a little bit better. I mean, it just might be the lighting, I don't really know. We do get the dark blue arms and the light flesh hands for the flesh tone, two accessories, one being the dark brown wand, and then the other one being the baby Harry piece, which I'm really happy that we now have baby Harry as a minifigure, I guess. Which also another thing to note is that this is the first time that we now have a light flesh baby, which I think is very cool. We also have the little H to say Harry Potter, and that is his blanket inside the sand blue color. I will be doing a comparison to Baby Voldemort in a little bit, just as a little fun thing that I thought I'd do. But otherwise, looking at the facial expression, we do get a double-sided facial expression, one with a very nice open mouth smile, and then if you take off her hairpiece and spin her head around, we do get a closed mouth smile on that side, which I love the facial expressions for both Lily and James Potter. I think that they did a wonderful job with both of their characters. Her hairpiece is okay, it's fine for what it is. Taking a look at the back of her minifigure, here's just a quick look at the back printing if you're interested in that. And then we do get the anti-stud on the very back of the Harry minifigure or baby character right there, so then you can hold on to him with the anti-stud on the very front of the minifigure's hand. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for Lily Potter. Together at last, we have Baby Voldemort and Baby Harry. I'm really happy that LEGO made Baby Voldemort last year in 2019, so then we can have Baby Harry and Baby Voldemort together. I think that this is just very funny, and oh my god, it's just, imagine the possibilities of some of the funny pictures that you can make having both of these characters exist in LEGO form, and just, I'm really happy that LEGO is expanding upon the Wizarding World with lots of different characters that we have not seen before, and some characters who we have seen before, but making them even better. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for my comparison. Same sort of back for both of these characters with the anti-stud. Second to last character, let's see who's inside. Oh, by the way that I just cut that open, it sounds like I may have gotten Kingsley. Yep, we got Kingsley. He's the only character to have a separate little baggie in there. So just taking a look at the bag contents for this, we do get the bag for the minifigure, and then separately we do get the cloth piece as well as the minifigure stand, and then the broomstick. So let's build him up. For our second to last minifigure, we have Kingsley Shacklebolt, which I'm really happy that we finally have him within minifigure form. This is one of the characters that I have been waiting for LEGO to make for like the longest time, just like Tonks, which we got inside the Attack on the Burrow set, but of course I do want one of Tonks within year 5, just like we have a year 5 version of Kingsley right here. You can tell that he's from year 5 because he does have the broomstick, which he was part of the guard to get Harry from Privet Drive and bring him to the headquarters of the Order of the Phoenix. One other thing that I did want to note is that this is the first time that we saw the broom within that dark brown color. We do see it again return within the new Diagon Alley set, so that's another really cool thing to note within the Quality Quidditch Supplies building. Also, when it comes to his character, we do get the wand inside that black color. We also get the under the neck accessory of this more soft cape piece right there, which has the blue on the very front, and then we have this darker blue from the very back, which I think is very nice that they did include his robes like that. It's an extra little touch that I wasn't really expecting. I'm not really too much of a fan of it though. You know, I'm happy that they didn't print it on there. It makes his minifigure a little bit more extra special. If you do remove these little straps right here, you can take a better look when it comes to the printing right there. We get the printing for the very bottom of the feet. We also get the printing on the very top of the legs leading up to the belt piece, up to the torso. Some very nice printing on that purple torso piece. We also get the printing on the arms, which is an extra little touch that I was not really expecting when it comes to his character, but I really like that they included it. And then we have the brown hands and brown head for the flesh tone right there, which works very well. And then you can put that all down. We only get the one facial expression since his character is technically bald. You can take a look at that one facial expression from the very front. And then we do get the cap piece, which I believe that might even be exclusive, and for the very first time in LEGO form, that particular piece, where we get the printing all around it, which I really love that they did go all out with that. And then we do get the printing from the very back of the torso as well, if you're interested in seeing that. So yeah, that's pretty much really all that I have to say for Kingsley. Very, 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 very happy to have him for the very first time in LEGO form, one of the characters I have been waiting for. And then finally, proving that I felt all of these correctly, we should have Griphook here. So for our final minifigure, we have Griphook. Let's build him up. For our final minifigure, we have Griphook. I'm really happy that they decided to include him within this series for a couple of reasons. One thing that I'm really excited about when it comes to his character is the inclusion of this new exclusively molded piece for the Sword of Godric Gryffindor. I think it's crazy that they went all out including the little rubies on the edges and even on the very bottom right there. We don't get any printing on it just to say Sword of Gryffindor, which that would have been the next step to make this particular piece even better, but I'm loving this. I'm really happy that they finally made an exclusive piece for the Sword of Gryffindor. I expect we'll probably see this maybe even return within a set next year, probably for Deathly Hallows. You know, that's definitely something that I would expect to see, so I'm really happy that they decided to introduce it here. We also do get another accessory right here, that being the key piece. We get an extra one of those inside the dark gray color. Very nice to see that, since he is, of course, a goblin, one of the keepers of the keys within Gringotts Wizarding Bank. Sadly, we did not see that shop this year within the new Diagon Alley, though I do expect that we'll probably be seeing a set, an individual set for it sometime, probably next year, based around Deathly Hallows. They probably just didn't want to get too ahead of themselves, since this is practically the only Deathly Hallows thing that we got within this particular series, though you could probably argue that Lily and James Potter are slightly based around Deathly Hallows if you place them in the correct scene. But moving along with his character, we do get these short legs inside that plain black color. We get the printing for the very front of the black torso piece, some very nice arm printing as well, which looks very nice. Light flesh hands for the flesh tone. Back printing continuing his overall outfit, which looks very nice, and then a very nice facial expression. We only get the one facial expression when it comes to his character right there. There's a quick look at that. And I really love that they did go all out, giving us a facial expression and even a new ear-hair combo right there for the goblins, which is a huge improvement when it comes to the previous goblin, which if we take a look at Griphook that we got within the Diagon Alley back in 2011, you can see that we used molded heads right here, which we previously saw these back in 2002 as well, which I'm really happy that they finally just made them look like real, like, minifigures right there. I think that LEGO did the extra step of just giving us that overall look for Griphook, and I really love how he turned out. Just looks very nice, and especially that ear-hair combo. I can see them even reusing that when they do make his minifigure for Deathly Hallows. You know, definitely this is a character that I expect that they will include within a set next year. Just a very nice minifigure, just like a lot of the other characters. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for Griphook. Let's just put all of our characters together and then put them all together with all the other minifigures from all the other sets. So, taking a look at all of our characters all together, we get a total of 16 minifigures within this particular series. I'm really happy that I was able to feel out a complete set from a full box that I bought. Taking a look at the overall lineup, one thing that I did want to note is that we do get minifigures from pretty much every single year of Harry Potter, which I can technically say that Lily and James Potter are pretty much based around Philosopher's Stone. Chamber of Secrets, we get Dumbledore, Moaning Myrtle, and Professor Sprout. For Year 3, we have Bellatrix and Neville. Year 4, we have Fred and George Weasley. Year 5, we have Kingsley. Year 6, we have Harry, Ron, Hermione, Luna, and Ginny. And then finally, for Year 7, we have Griphook. Just taking a quick close-up look at all of these characters all together, I'm just really happy that I finally have all of these minifigures. I know that a lot of other people have already done reviews on these, but I just thought I might as well just say my thoughts on them just because I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I really enjoyed building all of these characters, and I'm really happy to have all of them to add to my collection, in addition to all the ones that I already own. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for all of these characters being all together. I am going to place them right now next to all of the other minifigures that I own within my Harry Potter collection. So, taking a quick look at the Harry Potter Series 2 minifigures, along with all of the other LEGO Harry Potter minifigures within my collection, please note that these are not all of the LEGO Harry Potter minifigures. I am still missing the ones from Diagon Alley and the Hedwig build, but as you can see, I did not place any of the duplicates. These are all of the regular characters. I think that there's like probably over 100 now. Different LEGO Harry Potter minifigures that I own within my collection from the 2018 through 2020 line. I will probably do a separate video on this once I do have all of the minifigures for this year placed within the display. I just wanted to show this off the way that I have it, where we have minifigures from 2018 all the way moving up to 2019 and then 2020. From the very top, we also have the Series 1 collectible minifigures for Harry Potter and the Series 2 collectible minifigures for Harry Potter, and then from the very back, I did place Hagrid and Madame Maxime since I did want to make sure that they were visible. I have my Sig Fig right there in the middle. We have Grob and some of our other magical creatures from the back, some Dementors, and even the Hogwarts founders from the big D2C Hogwarts. Like I said, there are some spots that are open over here where I want to place the other minifigures that I have not placed there. I have built pretty much half of Diagon Alley as of recording this, sitting down over here and taking a closer look at these minifigures, just if you're interested in seeing all of these characters in their natural habitat right there. But, well, this isn't their natural habitat. I will be doing a separate video, like I said, where I will be placing all of these with the rest of my Hogwarts display. I just thought it'd be fun just to display them all by set and year going on like that. Moving up a little bit, here's a quick look of all of our Series 2 minifigures at the very top. We have some of our exclusive characters from the new Advent calendar, and most of the characters from all of the new sets that are currently available for the 2020 line of LEGO Harry Potter. Also up here we have Grob, very nice to see him on this display. And then we have our Series 1 minifigures in addition to some more of our 2020 characters and some more from 2019 through 2018 from the very bottom. So yeah, that's pretty much really all that I have to say for this particular video. I really enjoyed opening all of these new characters. I really hope that we do get another LEGO Harry Potter series in the future. I really am hoping that we see Harry Potter Series 3 probably within the next 2 or 3 years. It seems like they do a gap year between every direct-to-consumer and every collectible minifigures. Like 2019, we didn't get a direct-to-consumer or a collectible minifigure series, though this year we did, and we did inside 2018. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for this particular video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this collectible minifigure series. Also remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so every time I upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!